What's up? Thanks for checking out the Behind the Broadcast Knot Tying course. So I used to offer this course for $15 over the last year. Now I'm offering it for free. All I ask is that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and then share it to a friend. Share it to someone that could use some knot tying lessons. So whether you're a seasoned vet or a rookie in the industry, I'm telling you what, you're gonna learn some new knots. You're gonna learn some knots that are gonna help you elevate your skills and what you can apply to in the work setting. Stoked that you're here. Enjoy what we've got for you. Micah is a hell of an instructor. Thanks. All right, welcome to the Behind the Broadcast tutorial on tying ropes. I have the best rope tyer I've ever met sitting right here next to me. His name is Micah. We are working the Super Bowl together currently, and he has blown my mind with all these different knots. He's naturally a rock climber. This week, he's been showing me how to do it, and now we're going to show you guys how to do it.
Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of these knots I've learned through rock climbing and just utility work in general, and some sailing has come in there as well, and just all that has been applied to television knot practice.
Perfect. All right, so let's just start with tying a rope. How would you tie a rope?
Just tying the rope for like a tie rope, like to tie up a coil.
Yeah.
So pretty simple. You got your untied piece of rope here, and you just double it over there. There's many ways to make this loop, but this is the simplest, the most functional. And just take that loop and just tie an overhand knot in it. You don't have to get fancy. That's fully functional. Knock on, come untied, and then we could go ahead and tie up our coil with this.
Tie up the coil with it. All right. How about you do that again and slow it down one more time?
All right.
All right. Whip around it.
Just a regular, just the most basic knot.
So you're just tying literally a knot in the loop itself.
Exactly. Exactly. Just simple overhand on a bight is what that would technically be called. And that gives you your tie rope for you to tie up various cables with.
Cool. So call it the overhand. What was it?
It's technically an overhand on a bight, but we're just tying up some sash.
Overhand with a bight. All right. How about a slip knot? Can you do that? I'm a pretty good at a slip knot.
Do you want to be the one that teaches the slip knot?
No, you teach it.
So all you got to do for a slip knot, and there's various reasons to tie a slip knot, but I would just cross it over.
Oh, that's how you do it.
And that will give you a slip knot. So you make a loop, and then you take a bight and stick it through that loop, and that gives you a slip knot.
Okay, let me see this thing. See, I like to, obviously, this is how I tie my cables up.
Yeah.
Rather than doing a full hard knot. But I'll take the loop, kind of like you. I'll wrap it around my finger.
So you're tying the exact same knot.
Yeah.
You're just going the back door to get there.
The back door, yep.
Yeah.
And then, boom.
Boom.
And then, like you said, it's a slip knot because if I pull this out,
comes out.
It goes away like magic. So, yeah,
I don't recommend you tie your tie knots that way.
He does not recommend it.
No.
Yeah. So, I do like that, and then I'll put some there. Then I can still cinch it down.
You can't cinch it down. Can't cinch it down. Someone comes and pulls the wrong side, though.
Then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Good point.
I got him.
All right.
All right.
So that's a slip knot.
Yep. I got to.
So again,
knot out.
Well, if you're gonna tie a knot, tie it.
Don't tie a lot.
No. If you're gonna tie a knot, just tie a regular square.
Yeah. Overhand.
Overhand.
Yep. Just get you a doubled over and just tie an overhand in that. Secure both sides.
All right.
That's how we're gonna be tying up coils.
Cool. How about you put it around a coil real quick?
Put it around a coil. All right. So we got our tied up coil here. And I guess I am a believer of 4 ropes on every coil. You know, there's varying.
Very important. 3 to 4 ropes. It's really important to keep your cables nice, tight.
And the most
symmetrical.
Most important overall is get the ends. get the ends. If you can get them in one rope,
That's my favorite. Yeah.
yeah, just get the ends. But 2 ropes, if there's 2 ropes on the coil, whatever, just make sure the ends are in it. Just get the ends secure.
I've always been taught you did a really good job coiling if you have the 2 ends coming together to themselves. And I call these the bunny ears.
Oh, the bunny ears.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's always good to get the bunny ears, and then you try and tie the bunny ears up.
Got you. All right. I'll tie my overhand here. Boom. I got my tie line. We're going to take it, feed the end through, and I like to go this way
Forward.
and then pull it back.
Cinch that.
Tight as you can get it. You don't want your loops. If you leave them loose, you'll have 4 ropes, and they'll all be up here in one spot, and you might as well have 1 rope on there.
That's good.
So make sure they stay where they're at. Put your thumb on your loop, and I wrap it around. We're going to be doing close-ups of these too.
Yeah.
So then you pull it up towards your thumb, and that's as tight as it's going to get.
And that rope ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
That cable's not going anywhere. And then show the best part about that tie. Boom. It's done. It's easy. It's easy to get off. You're out. There's nothing worse than getting up to a tied up cable and someone's tied a square knot in it or a double granny knot, because then you got to get your rope or your knife out, cut it. Such a pain in the ass. So do it one more time.
We'll run it through. You got your loop.
And I always go underneath. I always go underneath, and I always have the loop on my far side of the cable.
Take the end through. Rock it away. Pull it back to you. Put your thumb on it. Take this. Tuck it
underneath, and then back through that same loop.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Boom.
Boom, right there.
Tight. Bam. 4 ropes on every coil.
That's how it's done right there. Very nice, Micah. All right.
Sweet.
So those are like your 2 most useful.
Yeah, I mean that's
knots that we use.
Majority of your basic utility work is going to revolve around that. That's what you got to know to show up. Your first day will go a lot better.
Yep,
if you can do that.
Oh, you know what I would love to show? I don't know how we're gonna show. Maybe your arm could act as like a pole, but how to tie up cable on a fence. We didn't do that one.
Oh, how to tie it up? Sure. We can adjust, and I can tie it to the doorknob over there.
That's what I was thinking. We tied to the doorknob.
And so, do you want to do it as if? So there's one version of this where you want the coil to detach and be rope free, so you can start running it out immediately. And there's also the version where the coil is still secured and tied to the fence.
Oh, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like in one, you loop
I only
it.
tie it one way.
So there's the version where you do that.
Yeah.
And tie it up, and then you take it off.
I hate that way. Yeah.
Well, depending on your application, because this way it's still safe. You know, like it's still being held.
Right.
But you're right. Majority of the time, I tie it. I would loop this around. You can just hold on.
Down the fence.
All right, I'll pretend you're the fence.
So you loop that around.
You're a lovely assistant.
And now I'm the fence, so you're gonna tie your rope up.
I got my cable. So
you
pull it up
underneath.
So it's holding it. You come around, and then you come back through.
And tie like what do you call it? It's tying like a knot, right?
Yeah, I mean that's overhand-esque. The little hitch on there. Boom. And then you tie your slip knot, which is just same thing. Slip knots, you're just pulling loops through loops. Boom. And if you don't do this step here and you go underneath, if you just come around it
and then do the slip knot
and then do your slip knot,
it's gonna fall.
Then the weight boom. See,
right there.
It didn't even hold it. I see it time and time again. So always take it, come underneath, boom.
Boom. Now it's
secure. Yeah.
And the best thing about that too is you're taking the weight off of it.
Yeah.
When you're tying your knot, because
the weight of the coil is actually keeping the knot tight.
Yeah, because you see people all the time like trying to lift it up and trying to tie it, but when you come up underneath and you tie it like that, this is holding the weight off.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then just saying, boom. I have my coil. We're ready to run it out. Ready to go.
Well done. Well done.
Ready to go.
So yeah, we'll definitely get a couple close-ups of that for sure.
Absolutely. Bowling is the next on the list. But bowling is just a knot that everybody should know, whether you're in broadcast or whatever you want to do. And it's just another way to make a loop that's easier to untie than this. So this loop here, if it gets good and weighted, you're going to have to like pick out with your teeth to get it out.
Sure.
But a bowline's just an easier version to untie. We're definitely going to need some close-ups for this one here. But the premise of it is we're going to take our rope, thumb down,
twist it out,
turn it away from us. Okay, then we've got a loop here. And I'm sure you've probably been taught to tie bowling before, so you know about the rabbit in the tree. You've at least heard that.
People know about it. Go with the rabbit.
So we're going rabbit in the tree. So you got your rabbit, comes out of the hole, around the tree, back down through the hole. And we are creating, this is our loop. That's our end goal. Boom. And there's our loop. And so once this is weighted and it gets real tight, to untie it, all you do is you break its back. Boom. And that knot is just completely falling apart.
And that knot is just as secure than any other knot.
Absolutely. Or more secure.
And so I like how you gave the example of tying it around tape. Maybe if you were gonna fly something. If you're gonna fly something, you need some weight.
Absolutely.
On your rope, and you want to throw it over.
Bowling's are great for that, and it's just a little cooler than tying a bunch of overhands here. So so you take your end, you run it through. Then you do it, twist it away, rabbit, up, around, back through the hole, boom.
Perfect.
Now you're ready to go. Get it off, just break its back, and we're out.
Love it. Now that is how you tie. That's impressive.
So,
so that's so if you're really just tying anything up and you don't want to have to fight knots at the end of it.
Nope. And if you want to just practice your bowlines, you can use a bowline for your tie line as well. It works just fine. If I'm tying one tie, I'm probably tying a bowline
because you're just that good.
Yeah, I tie knots. I tie knots.
Tie knots.
So,
all right, cool.
We're gonna move on to the clove hitch.
The clove hitch.
Clove hitch. So.
When would you use a clove hitch?
The main time in broadcast I use the clove hitch is to like tie a fly pole to a fence.
Okay.
Like if I have to an extendable pole or whatever, a piece of pipe you found, depending on your sport, what you have laying around, but you may need to create a pole for you to fly across something.
Right.
And this is what I would lash.
So maybe I tie the pole to the fence.
To tie the pole to the fence. This is how I would lash it to the fence.
All right.
So I guess we're going to use a little prop speaker here.
Yeah, we use a speaker.
Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, we can maybe tie a water bottle to the speaker. Does that work?
We can tie a water bottle to the speaker, I bet. Here's how we're going to do this. So if we can situate it this way, line it up like that for me, we'll make this work. So we're going to come over, and your working side of the rope, you're going to come over the top with. Boom. Make an X. This is on top. Pinch it right there. You're going to come around it again, keeping it beneath. And this loop you just made right here, you're going to feed it through.
That's it.
Boom. And as you pull it tight, it does not let go.
Wow, that's impressive.
It stays tight. And then from there, I like to finish it up with a square knot. But if you can't tie a square knot, boom, square knot, there you go. But when you're doing a fly rope, my fly ropes or my lashing rope, you have to cut that off. I don't plan on using a slip knot on that at all. If you want it off, you got to cut it off.
Sure.
And I put 3 of those down the pole, lash it to the fence. And that's going to be what holds your fly up.
That thing is freaking tight.
Oh, yeah, it's on there. And as you can see, it did not release.
And so essentially you're just creating like kind of like 2 loops kind of where you can just hold those two
intersecting loops. And
so you got to cut that off.
Oh, yeah, you're cutting it off, yeah. Especially since I finished it with the square knot and took it all the way. But yeah, I'll do one more for you.
Do one more.
Won't do it as tight. So I got my line. Cross over the working side of the line that we're going to be going around with. Put on top. Go around it again. Come below. Back through right here. So right here. Back through underneath. Boom. It makes a nice little cross point there.
And you just tighten that thing down.
Boom. And it holds. Yeah.
Love it.
That's how it does. And maybe I won't have to cut. There you go. Didn't have to cut it off. But
Cool.
There you go. That's Clove Hitch. And you know, you can apply these knots when you get good to them, like to any scenario you see fit. That's just what I see me using this mostly.
Yeah, like tying things together.
Tying things together when you have a reason that's going to be your.
That's freaking sweet.
That's going to be your knot.
Next.
Okay.
Fly tie.
Oh, we're doing flies now. Okay, let's get.
And this is what really got my attention when you tied the fly the other night over Las Vegas.
You want to unlash that? Yeah.
Dude, it was impressive, and it's still up right now with no kink.
Still up. Still up,
later.
clean on the OTDR.
Yeah.
Making it. So this is how we're going to do this. So this cable's run out. We're getting this ready to pull up the fly. This is a knot that's going to evenly distribute the force of the fly across the fiber and not in one spot so it can get pinched.
Yeah, which is imperative because if you pinch that fiber, you're
going to have, you could break it. You're going to have loss.
Exactly.
Yeah. So going to come around it. See if I can do this toward the camera. We may have to do hold the rope up.
Oh yeah.
And that'd be easier. And I'll hold this. So you take it, you come around, you're going to come back over, and you actually tie. There you see how you cross back. Boom. You're going to come this direction. Some loops.
You just do loops around it.
Loops around, and then you're going to come back across this rope on the other side. Boom. So if the fly is going in this direction, you want the majority of your loops to be on the opposite side. So it's going to act as like a finger trap and keep it from sliding. It's a friction hitch. Keep going.
Friction hitch. You hear that?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Boom. All right. So that's good for a 1 cable, going 100 feet or something. That's probably enough. Now we're going to take it.
Just like you're tying tying up the cable on the fence.
Yep. Just
through it.
Just do it. Just a regular. Boom.
Knot.
So just tie an overhand, and then your slip knot on top of that. Boom.
There you go.
Boom. And I like to do a really loose, just one more there, everywhere with that. And see, this doesn't want to really slide. Pretty stiff on there.
Because that's exactly what you don't want. You don't want that rope to be sliding on your fly because then you get flack in your fly.
Yeah.
And then it starts drooping, and the next thing you know, you got a semi truck taking it out.
Yeah. Mid shove. You see how that space really keeps the cable safe and all the pressure isn't on one point. Now, if you're doing a giant fly with multiple cables, you may make it this long and really, really spread it out.
Yeah.
But come back and it's still, boom, pull your slip knot, unties.
And if you notice, everything that we do, they're great ties, but even better, they all come off easily.
Boom. Boom. You want to run that back one more time?
Yeah, we'll run that back one more time.
Okay. So going to bring it over. Going to wrap around this rope, back on the same side. Give it a 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably good.
Yeah.
Now going to cross back over this rope again. Pinch it the other way. Now we're going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, I'm tying this as if the fly is going this way. So I'm doing more loops.
On the back side.
Yeah, on the back side of it. Then just go around it. Just tie overhand. Boom. Then tie your slip knot.
Awesome.
Boom.
That's how it's done.
Boom. Easy come, easy go.
That's right. All right, so there's your fly knot. All right, let's say, Micah, I wanted to lower down this cable.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to tie my knot where there's going to be where the cable is going to pull itself and then create another pinch point.
Oh, okay. You want to lower the cable with the fiber itself.
Lower the cable with the fiber itself.
Gotcha's that. Okay, so we're running.
Uh-huh.
And now we want to get this cable. Let's say this is a 1,000 foot here in my hand. It has some real weight to it.
Right.
So we need to get a piece of tie. We can use this guy here. So tie line with that just overhand on a bight I taught you earlier. Going to go around it. Boom. Okay. Now, instead of tying your hitch here to tie the coil up, we're now going to use that fly knot we just learned. Can you hold?
Yeah. So you kind of
probably hold that.
You kind of want more
Yep.
rope then. Or can you do it? You can do it.
No, there'll be enough. Yeah.
You're a pro.
Yeah. Be enough. And now you're just going to take what you want is to protect this side of the slack. Because if we just started lowering it down like this, the weight would pull it tight. And you get this loop, and it could get real tight if it's real heavy.
Feel that pinch point. You don't want, because if that's the weight,
yeah,
no, you don't want that.
Yeah, so we're going to capture it with that fly knot you just learned. So we'll tag it. Same thing. Go around. Boom. Boom. Cross back over. Boom. Boom. And this is actually what you're probably going to be tying it with, is actually just some tie line that you took off of the same cable that you have in your pocket. So you might have to do it with a smaller piece like this. Then boom. So, and now
if I'm lowering it, see how it's not pulling through, you can drop it down, lower it down.
Yeah.
And you're not going to damage the cable.
Yeah. Because, yeah, if this was a big coil, it definitely, there's the weight there to really put a knot in it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, and this knot still unties. Boom.
So do it one more time, slowly show.
Yeah.
So you're basically just using the very first knot that we learned.
And combining it.
And you're combining it with the fly knot.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. That's it.
So take it all off real quick. Show it one more time.
Boom.
I mean, you'll notice we use this method for pretty much most of our knots. Is we go underneath, and then we put the string right back through the loop. That's how we start a lot of our stuff. So that's how you start the stuff that you hang on the fence. That's how we start. That's how we tie up rope in the first place, and that's how we're doing this one now too.
Yep. I'll tell you how you make it. Boom. Around it, same thing. Around. Just start going down it. Start going down it. Then cross this line again. Boom. Do a couple more loops. There we go. Then tie your slip knot. Boom.
Wow.
Now it's ready to lower.
You're a pro.
And still easy.
Again, that's another
to untie.
Such an important thing. Easy to
untie. Anybody can come behind you. And as you're out there in the field and you're coming across knots, you should expect it to be a pull knot. Like look for the pull string. Yeah. Don't just dive into like the meat of the knot and be trying to untie this part of it when there's a pull loop right there beside it. That'll just open up the whole world.
Hopefully the majority of people that work in TV know to tie pull knots.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's what the whole point of this video too, is to try and help spread that knowledge. So yeah, it makes our jobs easier when we're out in the field.
Absolutely.
Next, how about if I was going to pull some cable through conduit?
All right.
This is like my favorite one.
Okay, this is it.
Because I've worked golf, many golf shows, but there was one golf show, dude, where we had to pull like 6 different tacks down some conduit, and it took us half the time to tie the knots right to pull it through than just to pull.
Absolutely.
Than the process itself. So this is so smart, such a good way to do it.
Absolutely. So you have this rope. This rope is already going to be waiting there in the pipe for you. Hopefully, when you show up, you don't have to fish tape through it. But so this rope's waiting in the pipe, and we need to attach it to here
so that we can pull it through.
Pull it through the conduit.
Pull it through the conduit.
Pull it through the pipe. Get this tape because we're going to go all the way in on it, and we're going to make this like it was a real one.
Okay.
So I want it to be attached evenly the whole length of this. I don't want to be pulling it just by the end fiber here. You want to keep these safe. You don't want too much pressure down here. I want it to be even from here all the way to here.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So how I like to do it is really we're just going to be tying half hitches the whole way up this thing. But I like to do it as fold it over, put it behind, And we're going to do that a few times. We're going to keep doing that. Fold it over, put it behind. Fold it over, put it behind.
So you're just doing the same loop.
Boom. Same loop.
Repeating the same loop.
Just tucking it over and over. Boom, boom, boom. It's a really fast way to do this. And yeah, that should get us. That should get us there.
All right.
All right. Let me think about. Okay. Yep. This way. This through. Get you to right here.
And look how all those knots come evenly out.
Yep. Boom,
That is
boom,
just amazing.
boom, boom, boom. Got that.
So now the weight is distributed when you pull this
Evenly.
thing.
We need to put one more here, and to add one at the tip, just give it one more fold over.
All right, one more fold over.
Boom. Get that tip there. Get it good on the snake skin. Boom.
Wow.
Boom. That's good and straight.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So hand me that tape right there.
Yeah. Here you go.
So if this were conduit, we see it right here, and we're trying to pull this through the conduit, we would just pull with the rope, obviously, through there.
Yeah.
And now you're pulling the cable
Evenly through it.
evenly through it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we got it tied off there. And so this here is a major snag point. Probably if you're pulling through this, there could be Cat 5 already through it.
Yeah.
There can be other GAT
DT12
roots. There ain't no telling. Old ropes that have been cut and stuck. There could be in anything.
Yeah.
So I highly suggest you take some tape and tape that tip.
Oh, you tape the tip.
Tape the tip for sure, because this is a snagging point for you. So tape the tip, and here's something. Whenever you're going to tape something,
Leave a pull tab.
leave a pull tab. You nailed it. Always hold that for me right there.
See,
Thank
behind
you.
the broadcast knows a little bit about
No, you know what's up. You know what's up. Pull it, but yeah, always leave that little cheat tab to get you out. So then, anyway, you got a nice cone to feed you through.
Beautiful.
And we've gone as far for like big pipe pulls to put like a water bottle on the nose of it
Oh, really?
and things like that to really
Give
to
it like
guide
an
it.
arrow.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
absolutely.
All right.
Then
Let's do that one more time, but let's pretend like we're doing 2 tacks, and let's talk about the stack.
Oh, the statagram. Yeah, we'll just use 2 different ends then. You flip that over, bust that open for me. So if we were pulling this through a big pipe, a 4-inch pipe, it wouldn't be a big deal. But if we were trying to get both of these through a 2-inch pipe or smaller, that's going to cause you a lot of problems right there. That's going to be
that
too
thickness of the top.
Absolutely. So you're going to want to do it, but you're going to offset them and do your same.
Right, because now you don't have the
Same
thickness up
pitches.
here, and you're kind of taking away all that width.
Exactly. So it's pretty much same, and it's going to get you through there. You want to tie it all the way up, or they get the idea? No, I mean,
Oh yeah, let's tie it all.
Tie it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's tie it all the way up so they see it.
absolutely,
I mean, dude, it's so easy to tie those loops. It's like
absolutely.
it takes no time. Again, I'm telling you, man, like so many people waste time thinking about how they're going to tie a knot and if the knot's going to be tied properly.
And really knots, you need to know 3 knots, and it'll get you through everything.
Seriously.
Just over and over. It's the same principles over and over, just applied
I mean, but
to the situation you're in at the time.
I mean, you're putting on a knot masterclass right now.
I got the knots. Every aspect of my life involves knots.
Yes,
So
sir.
I got them. I got them for you. So boom, same thing. So this is the end we started on. My hitches are running this way. So we want the cables to go through. Get it all the way down here. Boom. We just work it up.
Just work it up, and it'll find its way out. It's amazing. It doesn't get tangled or.
Work it up. Work it up. Work it up. Work it down. So here my hitches coming all the way, and you do want to finish it off down on here, and you'll see it already has that fly knot shape. And you finish it off down here. Boom.
Yep.
Boom.
Still coming on this one.
See. Yep. Boom. 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 Working it out.
Working it out.
Tuck that. Pull them straight.
Yep.
Boom, boom. Like I said, to add one more to the end, just give it a twist and pull it tight. And there we are.
Voila.
Boom. Tape your ends. Probably put some tape there and there. Yeah. And yeah, that's ready to pull through.
I mean, you can do this with this. We're doing 2 right now, but you can do it with 5, 10.
As many as you're pulling in. Just if you got, just you can keep your profile the same the whole way down. You keep it from getting jammed up on you. But
nice.
Be sure to finish it off down there. Anyway, that's how you pull.
Dang.
That's how you pull.
And then the other side gets there, and then they get back, and they have to untie their side, and it's just this easy.
Boom, boom, boom.
Comes right off.
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Is that right?
That's right. Boom.
Sick.
There we go. We knocked out some knots.
Dude, the master class is kicking butt right now.
Yeah, we're really taking off.
What else do we have? Oh,
we got the trucker hitch. So we really could just do it. You know what? It might be good enough just to do it around just the back of this chair.
Yeah.
I think I could.
It's good height too.
I think I could pull that off. I think I could pull that off. So I would use the trucker hitch to secure a tarp around something.
Right.
You gets it nice and tight, because you can do it with just treat it like a coil.
Yeah.
And you can do it like that.
And if you're working in TV, we tarp every night, and then it's so important to tarp things the right way. Because if you don't, I've seen it happen where tarp falls off middle of the night, wind blows it away, and now your equipment underneath that tarp is essentially ruined.
Yep.
So
gonna make a hard day in TV the next day. Tech manager ain't gonna be too excited.
Tech manager was not excited.
Won't be too excited with you. So I guess I'll get down for this. So you're gonna start with your loop. So many things just revolve around this loop and some string.
Yeah.
Honestly. So we're gonna go around it. So this is a tarp pile of stuff. You can pull it all the way through. So you can tarp it down, boom. You can pull that real tight.
And you see how he moved it again. When you
same thing as the coil.
You always are stitching forward and then stitching back.
Boom. And that's
a guitar string.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can play, I don't know what on it, but I can play.
That's definitely tuned to it. That's tuned to a G right there.
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, but if you want to get it super tight, you can do it's pretty much a pulley system in the rope is what it really is. So you would take it and you would tie that slip knot right here. Like I said, we're just applying the same knots we already learned. So now we have a slip knot here.
Run it back through the slip knot.
Run it back through the slip knot. And now crank it down. And now super tight.
That's even, now I can play Sweet Child of Mine.
Okay. There. And you can finish it there, right? Boom. And then you would tie your normal
again,
boom, slip knot. Just the same knots over and over again. Boom, it's tied, super tight. So I'm going to run that back for you one more time. Run it back for you one more time. So, boom, gone. Back out. So, take it, go around all of your camera cases.
I mean, essentially, too, if you don't want to do the slip knot, you could do the crank it down, back in, and then tie a knot right here, couldn't you?
Then this is tying a coil. That's the exact same as tying.
Yeah, we just tie the coil.
Yeah,
tie the coil.
Exactly. But sometimes, especially with like a larger thing, it's hard to really get it tight. So you want to use the mechanical advantage of the trucker's hitch to really get it in there for you. Sure. So we're going to tie our slip knot here. Boom. Slip knot here.
And back through.
And pull back toward it. Boom. Right there. And that's how that's going to go. Or I think they're ready for something a little more advanced.
Oh, you're going to show them.
The auto cinching trucker hitch.
This is pretty impressive. You don't have to tie it after you do the trucker hitch. It auto cinches itself.
It won't get loose on you. It won't get loose on you. Right. So you tie you get your slip knot here. Boom. You go through it once. Then you go through it one more time. So you're going to go through the loop of your slip knot there twice. And as you cinch it, it doesn't back up.
It stays.
It stays cinched there. Boom.
That is freaking sweet.
Tight. And then if you want, you can still put that on there to sleep better at night.
Sure.
But we might be cutting this thing off now.
Yeah, that's the one problem with this, the auto cinch. You're cutting that one off.
Gotcha. But for the auto cinch, I probably wouldn't use it for a tarp, but I would use it to like lash things down on the back of a golf cart or something like that, like hold gear down.
Yeah, and
you just really, the more you crank, it'll slide, take all slack, and you can let go. You're not trying to hold slack and fight and hold tight while you're tying your knot.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So cut that.
Boom.
All right, we have a special surprise. We have some bonus tips for you. And it doesn't include a knot per se, but includes rope that we use all the time, and it's a great trick. What do you got for us, Micah?
So you might get caught someday without your knife. You're supposed to have your knife at all times. It's just the tool of the trade. But, you know, TSA happens. Things happen.
A lot of things happen.
Things happen.
You lose your knife.
On day one, you could end up with no knife. I expect that would be remedied pretty quick, but you could get caught without your knife and you need to cut some rope. So I'm going to show you how to cut the rope with the rope.
With no knife.
Cut the rope with the rope. So you take the rope, you take the end there. We're going to stand here. We're going to stand here. Run the rope between it. Cut.
What the magic hell was that?
Bam. So you ever need to cut some line?
Dude, that was so fast.
Yep.
Have you ever tried doing it like with a buddy or something?
Yeah. We'll go. Crank it. Same principle.
What?
Yep. Just saws through. Smells bad. Smells like burning rope. But it can get you out of a pinch if you're stuck out in the field and you need to get something cut.
Wow.
Saw through it. Super quick.
Awesome. Thank you for that little extra tip there, Micah.
Yeah. Might save you some embarrassment someday. Have to go borrow a knife.
These people are really getting their money's worth on this.
Absolutely. And
that's
keep a knife on you.
Is that the last one on the list?
Yeah, that's the list. I feel like we knocked out our first list of knots. We can definitely come up with some more.
There might be another one coming. But for now, I mean, that is such a helpful masterclass on tying knots.
Absolutely. Just 4 ropes on every coil. Keep them tight, and that'll go a long way.
There you have it.
That'll go a long way.
The rope master, the knot master, the rock climber, the fiber tech guru.
Wear many hats.
He's
Thanks for having me.
He's an impressive man, and we're lucky to have you teaching us.
Thanks for having me, man.